guest in studio as we continue on conversating about the Inquiring Minds series on Harstine Island. And I'm happy to have in studio with me Donna Hamilton. Good morning, Donna.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
And this is the third of the speakers series that we've been talking about. And how's the turnout been for the first two? Tell me about the last one.
Yeah, it's been good. The last one was about water.
Or something like that?
It's about water. We've had between 60 and 70 people for each of the first two, which is a really good turnout. And fills up the hall.
Is it mostly folks from the island, or you get a lot of folks from outside?
I think it's mostly people from the island,
sure.
But still, we do get people from outside, and we're glad to have them.
Yeah, for sure. So what's the series that you're talking about this week?
Okay, this week is one that is called Crazy Politics, Populism, Conspiracy Theories, and Paranoia in America.
Goodness.
Sounds interesting.
It does sound interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's going to be the presenter?
The speaker is named Cornell Clayton, and he is a professor at Washington State University, so we have brought somebody from a distance.
Yeah.
He's the head of the Thomas Foley Public Affairs Institute there, and it's interesting because he you have to auction, you have to interview to be on this Washington Humanities Speakers Bureau. So he had planned his speech long before the election.
Sure.
I mean, it was already clear that the election was really more active and more, actually, people were much more engaged than usual. And but there was no idea what the results of the election would be. So now, I think the talk is still very much pertinent, and
I would say
people will be interested.
Do you have any ideas? I know you kind of gave a brief primer there, but any ideas of some of the things that he's going to be delving into deeper?
Yes, he's going to be delving into like the history and American politics of populism, and conspiracy theories, how the two go together. And actually, this is something that has existed in our politics since the beginning, since the beginning of the country. But it just, I mean, his theory is that it gets to be more intense when there is big change going on. So now the change has to do with globalization, with internationalism, and populism always expresses itself as being against a sort of shadowy elite of some kind. So it can be bureaucrats in Washington, it can be the last president, it can be, but sometimes it's much more severe than others. And this is one of the more active times for that.
The cost for this is no cost? No
cost. It's free.
And where and when is it coming up?
It's coming up. It's at the Harstine Island Community Hall. It is on Sunday, the 26th, and it begins at 1:45. The doors open at 1:30. And we have coffee, and we have cookies.
Well, I mean, right there.
You should come.
Right there is good enough. Yeah. So afterwards, is there time for a robust discussion? And how much
there is
back and forth do you think that there will be?
I think there'll be plenty. That's the whole idea of these, is that it's a conversation and people have a chance to ask their questions. And then even after it's over, people will come up and talk to the speaker and get more of his insights or her insights on what the subject is.
Of all of the speeches this season, this one could be the one that could rile up the crowds a lot, or maybe the first one when we talked about Islam perhaps too.
The first one, no, but this one could. I know that he's had a lot of experience giving this talk. He gives it all over the state, so I'm sure he has a way to handle that. People that are upset about things, and I hope that it will all go very smoothly and people will be engaged and active and not too antagonistic.
Yeah, be polite there. That's very cool. And then remind me here, we've got one more that the choir is going to be putting on.
That's right. The choir is putting one on the 22nd or the 23rd of April. That's also a Sunday. It's called The Hidden History of America's Favorite Music. So every year they do one that's related to music in some way or another, and it's a little bit later. It's at 2, but they'll put out publicity about that, so it shouldn't confuse people.
Can you tell me what the hidden music is?
The hidden
or is
history?
it still hidden?
I don't have any idea.
It's still hidden.
I think it's a secret. Maybe it's a conspiracy. Who knows?
We'll find out. We can get all of our questions answered this weekend.
Yeah.
So this weekend, this Sunday at the Harstine Island Community Club Hall, again, this open at 1:30,
right.
and things going to get underway about 1:45 or so, and the speaker after that to follow with questions and things.
That's right.
Very nice. Well, Donna, thanks for coming in and continue to remind me about these upcoming conversations. We'll get this posted up online and tag the Harstine Island Community Club on Facebook.
And I'll be back next year.
Very, very good.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks, Donna.
Jeff.